What's the goal of every training course that you attend? I'll give you a hint. It involves doing something different. That's right, you guessed it, change. The goal of every training course, especially those that are performance-based, is change. Whether it be a change in behavior, how you do, accomplish, or perceive a task, process or processes, and even how you think or believe, i.e. your attitude. As a learning and development consultant with close to 25 years of experience designing, developing, and delivering training programs, I describe myself as a bridge builder, bridging the gap from today, your current performance, behavior, challenges, etc., to tomorrow, employee engagement, knowledge, streamlined processes, application, and performance improvement. And notice that all of these tasks require the participant or learner to change in some way, shape, or form. In my capacity as a consultant and pro-side change practitioner, I have helped countless employees, supervisors, managers, and stakeholders embrace, adapt to, and ultimately thrive under changing circumstances, expectations, and/or outcomes. As a former elected official, I did the same with my colleagues, constituents, and partners. But if I were to be honest, I even had to challenge my own perceived notions, negative thoughts, and fears regarding change. Change can happen at any time to anyone. When change happens to someone else, it can be noteworthy. It can be viewed as good or bad, depending on the circumstances that precipitated the change and/or the type of change. However, when change happens to you, it can be challenging, worrisome, and uncomfortable. You may be concerned about what lies ahead. You may even have concerns about job security, increasing workloads, finances, having to put yourself back out there, or learning new skills. Simply stated, we fear change because we can't anticipate the outcome, but staying the course and not changing can be riskier than changing. Whether it's in your career or relationship, you risk being left behind if you don't continue to grow and evolve. The thing is that although we reject uncertainty, we actually have the skills to change and evolve. Fear is an emotion that gets in the way and causes us to lose clarity concerning our capabilities. Physiologically, we are hardwired to resist uncertainty. Fear can be defined as the neurophysiological processes that prepare an organism to perform innate or learned responses to cope with danger. Our brain prefers a predictable, negative outcome over an uncertain one. Due to its disdain for uncertainty, our brain invents all sorts of untested stories hundreds of times a day to keep us safe. A friend doesn't respond to a text, a colleague wears a frown and uses a certain tone of voice, or you're not included on the guest list. If you're like most people, you assume the worst and over-personalize the event. You take these worst-case assumptions as fact without realizing it. According to Brian E. Robinson, PhD, licensed psychotherapist, journalist, professor emeritus at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte, and author of more than 40 books, as well as the author of the Psychology Today article, Why You Hate Uncertainty and How to Cope, 6 Strategies to Deal with a Storm of Uncertainty. Uncertainty can cause tremendous anxiety. Our brain is constantly updating our world, making judgments about what's safe and what isn't. To the human mind, uncertainty equals danger. If your brain doesn't know what's around the corner, it can't keep you out of harm's way. It always assumes the worst, over-personalizes threats, and jumps to conclusions. Your brain will do almost anything for the sake of certainty, and you're hardwired to overestimate threats and underestimate your ability to handle them, all in the name of survival. Your brain's hefty responsibility to keep you safe means it hates life's inevitable uncertainty. It's why so many of us melt down right before a big trip, or why instability at work can cause a bigger toll on our health than actually losing a job. There we have it. When certainty is questioned, our brain just loses it. Guess what? Most employees who find themselves the targets of change experience the same feelings. By its very nature, organizational change creates uncertainty. This triggers fear of change in the workplace, causing people to become anxious, stressed, depressed, and fatigued. Fear can paralyze a person's willingness to cooperate in the change process and cause them to resist change. Uncertainty is a major source of psychological strain during organizational change. A root cause of resistance to the change is that employees fear that after the change, the organization will no longer be the same. The higher the uncertainty surrounding the change, the more they anticipate such threats to the organizational identity that they hold dear. Change leadership that emphasizes what's good about the envisioned change and bad about the current state of affairs typically fuels these fears because it signals that change will be fundamental and far-reaching. What many employees don't know is that they play a key role in the success of the change and that our mind is flexible and adaptive. It can be trained to thrive in change. The more informed employees are, the more likely they'll survive the change and advance professionally in a changing environment. So what does it take to be a survivor in today's rapidly changing organizational environment? 1, a solid understanding on the change process and your role in it. 2, answers to questions that will help you succeed, such as, what will this change mean for me? 3, a set of tools to manage change and reach the outcome that you want. You see, change is impossible without individuals or employees doing their part. The results and outcomes of workplace changes are intrinsically and inextricably tied to individual employees doing their jobs differently. A perfectly designed process that no one follows produces no improvement in performance. A perfectly designed technology that no one uses creates no additional value to the organization. Perfectly designed job roles that are not fulfilled by employees deliver no sustained results. Whether in the workplace, in your community, or in government, the bridge between quality solution and benefit realization is individuals embracing and adopting the change. Individual shifts in perspective and behavior are the cornerstone of change. What may first appear to upend everything ultimately gives way to something new and, dare I say, exciting and perhaps even rewarding. Behavior change is king, but overcoming fear of the change is ace. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.